This video is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, where you can find cool stuff in stock.
Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB. Today in the arena, we are going to play a new look at Feather, a deck designed to cast spells from the graveyard over and over, buff your own creatures, and make them awesome. And Feather has had a resurgence because of the new card, MAVINDA Student's Advocate. But before we dive right in, one more shout out to Into the AM for a sweet t-shirt to wear today. Check out this one. Really cool grid, really cool like moon, sun, astronaut, space, retro vibes. Check out Into the AM for sweet t-shirts, great art, super comfortable, and the link below supports the channel. All right, new mono white Feather, MAVINDA Student's Advocate. You've heard me before, not into the owl, not into the animation, not into like what. It just rubs me wrong. I feel like I'm watching Winnie the Pooh or something, or a Tootsie Roll commercial. But it is a very strong card, and being able to cast an instant or sorcery from your graveyard for free when it targets one of your own creatures on each turn is very, very powerful, basically giving you double use of all of your spells. So we have a low to the ground, very aggressive build. I messed with the deck a few times during the recording, just trying out some different numbers, figuring out how much I like Speaker of the Heavens and how much I liked Light of Hope, which as a wombo combo can make angels very quickly, and Light of Hope seems to go very well with the MAVINDA, allowing you to do all kinds of things like put counters on your stuff, destroy enchantments, and gain life. But there's a lot more to the deck than that. We have the combination that you saw in the Lorehold deck with Clever Lumimancer and Leonin Lightscribe. This human and non-human combo can buff your creatures to the freaking moon. So, of course, we still have Fight as one. We also have Defiant Strike, which makes a lot of sense. You can draw a lot of cards combined with MAVINDA. And we brought Clarion Spirit into this build because we're casting spells left, right, and center, and making an army of spirits can do a lot of work. The new cards in the deck, besides, of course, the Magecraft cards, the Lightscribe Lumimancer, and the flashback here card, MAVINDA, the Feather wannabe, is Guiding Voice, which allows us to go into the graveyard after putting a counter on one of our creatures and get some of those sweet lessons. The lessons are Probation to shut something down, Sciences to gain a little life, which can be important with Speaker, as well as hit a land drop. Reduce to Memory can exile any permanent, although it does replace it with a creature for the opponent. Inkling can make a flyer, which can sometimes be important for pushing damage. 2 copies of Expanded Anatomy, because we use these a lot. You can flash them back with MAVINDA, and they allow us to be aggressive against other aggressive decks because Vigilance is good there. 1 Mascot Exhibition. I'm skeptical if we'll ever get to that 7 mana mark and want to play this, but we're going to give ourselves a chance. The other new card in the deck is Show of Confidence, and while it's not quite Plumb the Forbidden, this does have the same effect, where for each other instant or sorcery you cast this turn, you get to copy Show of Confidence and put a +1/+1 counter on your creature. It gains Vigilance until end of turn. So it's another Storm card. I practiced with as many as 4 of these. We do have a lot of spells. We do have MAVINDA, which lets us cast multiple spells a turn. But Show of Confidence is not something that you want very early in the game. You really want it considerably later, and since we don't always have the mana to cast a lot of spells and Show of Confidence, it's usually not the, well, it's not the Omega powered card that Plum is, that's for sure, because you have to pay mana to cast the spells for it to copy. So this card is okay. It's a kind of a neat Storm card, and I think 2 is a good number. Maybe it could go up to 3, but right now I'm pretty happy with 2. It goes really well when you have a Lumimancer, a Lightscribe, Show of Confidence. You can hit for so much damage, and if you have Show of Confidence and you flash it back with MAVINDA and you cast another Show of Confidence, it gets pretty crazy. So a very fun card. We have 4 Sejiri Shelters and 18 planes for the mana base, as well as that Expanded Anatomy or Environmental Sciences in the learn board that we can fetch with the Guiding Voice to hit land drops. The deck is pretty budget friendly. The rare card is Speaker of the Heavens. The mythic card is MAVINDA. There is a mythic in here in Mascot Exhibition, but I don't think you need it. You can definitely replace it, as well as Academic Probation. You can replace them with some of the other lessons, because what you've ended up fetching the most is Sciences and Anatomy, quite frankly. So, yeah, a pretty budget-friendly deck considering. It does require some MAVINDAs, probably at least 2 or 3 if you're short on Mythics, and the deck can win a lot of games. So, check it out. There's also probably a version without Mavinda that runs Luris, and we'll probably try that at some point. Today's video is dedicated to a patron who got the $9.99 tier. If you sign up for Patreon on the $9.99 Bomb Rare tier, eventually you will get a video dedicated to you. I have a huge queue of these that I'm going through. It will take time, but you will eventually get a video dedicated to you. So thank you very much, Alpha Ranger Gaming. If you get the $4.99 Cool Kids membership by hitting the join button, you get a chance of getting a video dedicated to you. Also, the cosmetic in your honor is for the YouTube member. The patrons don't get the cosmetic in their honor. I'm trying to save some gems. Sometimes I need the money. All right, now let's dive in. Let Mavinda's nonsense begin. Fighting the whole month of June? Not even May yet. On the draw. Speaker, Clarion, Light Scribe, Guiding Voice. Let's go. Let's do it. Land go. Has Speaker, will battle. Luminarch. All right. The battle is on. Let's get the Light Scribe down. Next turn we can go Clarion Voice. Get some big attacks. Oh boy. Oh boy. This is mono white. They play mono white. At least they're spreading the counters around. And they're aggressive. Love to see it. Love to see it. They don't know what they're in for. Oh, that's a good card too. All right, here's the Spirit. Let's turn them sideways. The opponent will be way too cowardly to block, and if they do, we'll be so happy. Knew it. All right. So, we could still play this and hit them really hard, or we can play Guiding Voice, which I think is just fine. It's okay if we take our time here. We'll put a counter here. And we'll get... We could exile something of the opponent's. I think we'll just get the Anatomy and just pile on. We could also get another land, make sure that we double spell next turn, because we can play Spirit and the Sciences. That's pretty hot. But the opponent's probably going to try to make a big creature. And we really do want Fight as 1 to be available. All right, I'll grab the Sciences. We'll just hit our land drop. Let's see if they sky them all up here. They also have a lot of targets to figure out with their Apparition. All of them are a big pain. Banishing Light, yeah, okay. The Clarion Spirit, huh? Ya coward. Ya coward. Let's see how aggressive they feel. They're still building up multiples. Wow. I mean, Speaker of the Heavens is going to be like, I deserve some respect over here. Thank you very much. So we want to get the Spirit down first. A little bit awkward with the Environmental Sciences now. We could just do this. Play this. Play this. Counter. Attack with these. Seems pretty good. Next turn gets extra funky. Let's save the Shelter to try to break through. And let's see what they do with 4 mana. The Shield, okay. I think they underestimate how large my creatures are going to be when I'm done. The Shield looks really good against tokens. All right, no blocks. I'll go to 4, you're at 12. They feel very safe, don't they? Well... You really don't understand what's about to happen to you. All right, so can we kill them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh yeah, they're dead. Let's get the BMs, shall we? Shall we? Seems appropriate, given the disrespect shown by our opponent just attacking us and playing shield and thinking that would stop us. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. On the play, you love it. not many spells, but we have Clarion Spirit, Mavinda, Light Scribe. Any spell we draw is good. Yorion, man, I wish I was more aggressive. I'm nervous that I'm not fast enough. I'm very nervous about the speed at which my creatures will be attacking. I think we play Light Scribe first, then Spirit, because you can play Spirit and spell make token if we draw one. Opponent might be on more classic Yorion. Copy it for each other instant or sorcery spell you've cast. I have to draw some. This is looking like classic prowess, where you draw all the creatures, none of the spells, and you're a deck full of grizzly bears. Fighting an Esper control deck that is just born to destroy you. And that is 2 straight lands off the top. That is very bad. And they're not the shelter lands, so it's basically a fourth of the planes in our deck in the top 9 cards. Well, at least it's taken them a while. They're just scrolling here. Let's see what they do. Hopefully... Oh, okay. Okay, this is getting absurd. But as much as I want to play the Clarion Spirit, I don't think we do. Let's go like this. And this is the fun part. It has Storm, so it will copy for each spell we've already cast, which is a couple. And the Magecraft triggers from the Light Scribe. And, yeah, take 13. Your move. Draw. So if they cast, like, Extinction Event and get rid of the Mavinda, then all we have to do is draw Defiant Strike for lethal. Or a Guiding Voice would be lethal, too. Yeah, they didn't expect to get hit that hard. You can tell. You can tell. Doomscar, that's pretty good. Hey, it would have been lethal. But this makes 2 creatures. And what else can we get? I guess we get an Inkling to keep the pressure on, don't we? We could, if we had the Soul Read, we could get Academic Probation and name a card. And stop the Yorion player from playing it. What are they at, 5? So we're not threatening lethal. We can threaten lethal if we get Expanded Anatomy. The problem is they'll probably do something about it, right? We are a spell deck. And this is 2 turns. This is, yeah, I guess we take the Anatomy. Maybe I'm supposed to just take the Exhibition there, because if we draw one more land, we're casting it, but I think that's also too slow. We just need to keep the pressure on. Yep. This is unreal. I mean, we've drawn a lot of land in a row, haven't we? Gotta try. We're just gonna die. Okay. Okay. I mean, this is absurd. Keep in mind, we only run 20 planes. We didn't draw any Shijiri's Shelters. We kept a pretty good hand. And we drew 4 out of 5 cards off the top as basic planes. It's just absolutely brutal. Because I think we were going to win. Yeah, I've had enough. Oh, man. I've added a few of the white castles to the deck. I was trying to keep the rare count down for all the people who say I never make budget decks. Also, I didn't want to curve out with tap lands because I knew I'd draw castle and shelter together. So we'll see if that happens today. On the draw, this hand is slow, but everything is on the draw. So we have to try. We do not want to miss land drops in this case. This is mono red. They play mono red. All right, my first victim. I think we play you. And then we go for the Clarion Spirits, although we have a lot of Clarion Spirits. But yeah, I think a bunch of Spirits are probably our best chance to win. Yep. Giant. Yep, charger. Ready for my Embercleave, Captain. Let's play you. Let's put a counter on it. Hope that they don't have Frostbite. Make a Spirit. And what do we grab? I think Expanded Anatomy is best, but we can't play it next turn. We have... Yeah, I do think that this is absolutely best. The Vigilance allows us to clock. It gets things out of range of burn spells. It makes giant creatures so that we can block something with an Embercleave and at least trade. Vigilance is actually really good against aggro decks. Of course they have Frostbite. Of course they do. And Annex. If their last card is also Embercleave, it's a feels bad for sure. Do we trade here? Nah. Another Defiant Strike, huh? When you cast your second spell each turn. Well, I know I want to play one. I guess we may as well deploy the other. And block. Something's got to jump in front of Annex and the Rimrock Knight. Surely their last card or the top of their deck isn't the Embercleave. That wouldn't happen. Yeah, draw mountains. Mountains are good. Okay. Interesting. Shelter can be nice. So, we want to put some counters on something. It's tempting to make it the Spirit. We also have 2 Defiant Strikes and a Shelter. Is there a way to play 2 spells on each turn? I guess it depends what we draw with the strike. So, we should strike first. If we draw, what? A land? Does that do it? The strike could draw into another instant. Yeah, that's part of what we're going for here. All right, so target here. That's a good draw. But we want to wait. We definitely want to wait. So do we hold up Shelter or do we expand? The strike resolve nice and easy. I think we do this. And we got some blocks. No Embercleaves. 0 Embercleaves. Easy. It's not hard, opponent. You can do it. If we get Mavinda rolling, life will be very good. Casting spells on each turn will be trivial. All right, they top deck that. Would have played it last turn, I think. And they have second Annex. This is where you're really glad that a lot of the red castles came out of these decks. All right, they're trying to go super wide. I can trade with their Annex now. Or something else. Okay, no attacks. Good. Mavinda. Get back. Guiding Voice. Cast Guiding Voice. Put counter on Mavinda. Make Mavinda bigger. Counter. All right. Let's grab Reduce to Memory, I think. Probation might be worth it, too. You know what? We'll just get the land. We're having a few mana troubles. And pass turn. No Embercleave. Another Annex. Okay, 3 Annex, no Embercleave. I'm feeling lucky today. You can have your 1/1s. I'm gonna have plenty of 1/1s. Still no attack. Coward. All right. What are we going to cast from the graveyard? I guess Expanded Anatomy is pretty good, but I want to hold up the Shelter. So it should be a 1-mana play, so it's Defiant Strike. Let's gain 2 life. Go get land. Play the land. Target the Defiant Strike. Cast the Defiant Strike on Nothing here has vigilance, but if we're going to attack with something, we do have to start working on closing the game. So I don't want to block with Mavinda very much, so... Alright, we have 2 Defiant Strikes, so we can make 2 creatures next turn if they draw Embercleave. We can also just pass and try to wait till we have all the damage in the air at once, which I think works out next turn. 1, 2, 3. They do have 1 reach creature. We can't forget about that. Yeah, let's say go, make more blockers, and have all hands on deck, because this is getting wide. So their draws have been Annex, Robber, Annex. What are the odds that they go Annex, Robber, Annex, Embercleave? Just draw a land. Just draw a land. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. They're selecting things to attack with, guys. What could it mean? Well, it doesn't mean Embercleave, that's for sure. They probably drew Rimrock Knight. That's why they're considering attacking with the Charger. Okay. No Annex, but a ton of 1/1s. So do we hold up the Shelter? I think so. That's a good thing to steal when you have an army. That's a pretty good theft. The world is blocked. Now we just try to be very patient with this Shelter. It's interesting because they could have stolen this if they only knew, if they had perfect information. They could have stolen this, played it, and had the Rimrock Knight for next turn. Maybe that's what they're thinking about now, that they'll have Rimrock Knight for next turn, but all their 1/1s are going to die. Okay, they passed to damage, fine. It's a lot of dead things. Where do they target? They target a Clarion Spirit. So we can protect the Spirit, or we can make 2 1/1s. Let's protect the Spirit. Which one is it targeting? This one. Yeah, they're definitely planning to use the Rimrock Knight to buff the team next turn. I don't think it's going to work out the way that they want it to. Because we can make a lot of creatures. So, we can play you. We can double Defiant Strike on the opponent's turn. We can also get a land this turn, which I think I absolutely love, as well as 2 life, which is nothing to laugh at. Haha, 2 life. Okay, fine, you can laugh. Son of a... I forgot about that. I forgot about that. That was not a good choice at all. All right. All right, I can do better. I got really excited about a little incremental value and forgot how my cards worked. It happens. It definitely happens. Uh-huh. So, Haven? Or what? Everybody in. Alright, let's make some extra blockers, I think. The opponent plans to pump the squad, so we want to pump some of the smaller creatures. Do we have another 1 cost? Not really. It would be really great to draw a fight as 1 here. We could also hold up Shelter, but then we don't get the 1/1s. All right, well, that's good. They have a way to kill the Advocate. Or, I mean, we have another Mavinda in case they find a way to kill the Advocate. So let's get another, let's get Defiant Strike and cast it again. This will make 2 more 1/1s. Let's target the speaker because it has lifelink. There's another speaker. All right, the Lumimancer is a 4/5. So this is going to give everybody +1/+1. So let's block accordingly. Who's getting +1/+1 who I would want to kill? I guess the Annex. Killing the Annex there is nice. They can also, of course, put the Rimrock Knight on it. So this might die, and that's okay. So let's also tempt them to use it on the Light Scribe over here. Then these are going to block the smaller creatures. This can block the Giant, but get some help. Actually, we probably want to chump the Giant because it'll make Annex creatures, and we don't want that. All right, then this can go here, and this can go here. And then these 2 can go here. And this way, even with the Rimrock Knight, most of their stuff is going to die. No Embercleave. Who saw that coming? What? Now, hopefully they don't have a second one. That would be... If they have a second spell here, like a Bone Crusher, that would be terrible. Wow, they drew the Embercleave too. What a master. Okay. So we could draw a card here with the Defiant Strike and gain 1 more life off the speaker. It also pumps this. Okay, we'll do it. It absorbs more damage from the Annex. The opponent's last 5 draw steps have been amazing, and we're still fighting, so wish me luck. I don't know how we're going to be Annex plus Embercleave now. It's going to be hard. We need another learn card to just exile this piece of trash, man. All right, we've got a lot of protection. We don't have a very big creature. Good game, they say. Uh-huh. I bet. I bet you feel that way. So, this is 14, which isn't dead. We can block with something, give protection from red, but nothing has 4 power, which is a bit of a tilt. $14, as long as we block with like Speaker and give it protection, it can gain a life. Let's see what they do now. Also, if we get rid of their Rimrock or Bone Crusher, it will slowly diminish the power of the Annex, but it makes more 1/1, so it's not great. We do have a Shelter in the graveyard to get back. Is that the last? Okay, there's also Defiant Strike. All right, opponent feeling strong. We could Defiant Strike and try to hit another spell. I think that's really loose, though. All right, so if we put Speaker here and give it pro red, then we go to 1. So we need to do better than that. What can we put in front of this? Can do this. That absorbs 3. I really want to keep the Speaker because of the lifelink. So if we're going to keep it, let's put it here and give it pro red. We can put this here to eat a 1/1. This eats a 1/1. This kills you. This chumps you. And block. Keep in mind they GG'd me. Wait, can I get back? Okay, I didn't want to play that. I wanted to play the one from my graveyard. That's a mistake. But we move on. We play on another land, huh? All right, let's get the Expanded Anatomy. Let's cast it here. And we attack. We're going to have to make the creatures on our opponent's turn. We're going to use Defiant Strike and Shelter to try to block the Annex. Uh-huh. Staying alive. Doing our best. Fine strike. All right, they're stick now. They probably drew like a Bone Crusher Giant, so hopefully we get them here when we go for this. We need to do this all pre-combat. All right, Frostbite, we got him. Good. Because we need the spirits. So if the opponent hadn't gone for that Frostbite there, a little bit of greed, them trying to stop us, we would be in a lot worse position. All right, where are these spirits going to go? So we're going to go up to 10 and absorb 3, and this is 12, so we're not dead. So we can do this and keep the Clarion spirits. Yep, still alive. Annex goes down. Nothing can block. Can we find lethal? I don't know if we had lethal, but I think we annoyed our opponent into scooping, and that is just as good. Let's have a quick look. So what's down here? Shelter, shelter, shelter. So we'd have to cast the shelter. No choice. When we do, it gives +1/+1 to everything. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It's lethal. It's actually Xaxes. Speaker, Clarion Spirit, Show of Confidence. Let's do this. Guiding Voice. Yes, please. Frosthaven Gingerbrute. All right. Well, we have to close fast, which is kind of what our deck tries to do anyway. But, so I'm seeing a colorless deck, and I'm immediately thinking, you know what they're going to do? They're going to try to play Forsaken Monument and Ugin. That is one way to try to ramp there. So, Guiding Voice here. Let's go ahead and grab the Sciences for 2 life. Let's play the U. Got some blockers, play U, and get them. The pick can go on the Gingerbrute. The Gingerbrute can become unblockable. It can ramp pretty fast. So we've got to deal a lot of damage. Yeah, they know what they're about. Do they also have their land drop? No. Maybe? I mean, I like them blowing up that treasure. Okay, we got this. We're fine. We're fine. 2 life. Land. 22. This. Show of Confidence. You. Storm, storm. You. Attack. Down to 7. Angel. Angel. Emote. Little wink. I mean, yeah, okay. All right. Job's done. Opponent's gonna get that treasure value. And you're dead. So that's what we do. On the... Shuffler's fine. Shuffler is fine, guys. Don't worry about a thing. Man, I really wish I could fit Light of Hope in this deck. Just because casting it back again and again with Melinda sounds nice. Clarion. White, red, snow. Bone Crusher Giant. What's it gonna be? Which of these do you hate more? Pacifism. Weird. What is with this deck and drawing land? Like, oh my goodness. It's tilting. Anyway, this is our plan. Please don't cast Crush the Weak and destroy it. My game plan is on the battlefield. Okay. Our opponent is all enchantment, all removal, and they really fear Speaker of the Heavens. I don't know, man. Do I play around? I don't think... Do I play around Shatter the Sky? I think I save this. I think saving this is the play. I think we've got enough stuff. Plus we make 2 spirits if we cast 2 spells in a turn, which right now this doesn't. All right, you got another land. And you have a shield. Great. I mean, making more spirits doesn't do anything now. Neither does making a token. I mean, this has been really unfortunate. But I think we hold back. I think a board wipe. This seems like a board wipe deck. That's all I'm going to say. Some very weird Boros. Pacifism, okay. We have to find a way to boost our creatures. Defiant Strike. That is a way to boost a creature. Maybe we should have played the Lumamancer last turn because it can hit harder. I mean, Mavinda can recast the strike. All right, let's go. Oh, you're in a rush. I'm sorry. Okay. Forgot to strike. Like an idiot. Another land, huh? Cool. Tectonic Giant. Okay, something weird going on. All right. Let's draw the Light Scribe. Let's do it on our turn by casting the Defiant Strike from the graveyard. Come on now. Come on now, deck. Why you do this to me? Guiding Voice. Okay. That is something we can also cast from the graveyard. What can we fetch? We can get rid of the shield. We have to give our opponent a 3/2. Is that lethal? If they block here, and they block here with the spirit, and they take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I boring you, opponent? Don't mind me. I shouldn't have even attacked with the ground creatures. But, doesn't matter. Got him. I played that pretty badly, but, you know, still got him. On the oh, yeah. It's a good hand, but we're up against Yorion. This is going to... On the draw, it's going to be tough to race Yorion, but we will try. We have Lumamancer, Light Scribe, then Guiding Voice. Can be a lot of damage. Slow hand. Slow hand. Okay, another Light Scribe is... wow. I know. Didn't attack. Strict misplay. I get it. Cultivate. Okay. Let's deal him some damage, baby. Here we go. I think we named Shadow's Verdict with academic probation. I think that's the line. It's just the biggest blowout. Do we have the Soul Read? We don't have any more spells, so we might die because we don't have enough spells. So, wish me luck. Makes me really wish that this was the What is it? The fairy. The 1 mana 1/1 that also can Gift of the Fae. Yeah. Should just always name Binding, but I think there's a good chance they have the Verdict. Who knows? Evolving Wilds, huh? Man, being on the draw is hard. We still have a chance. I don't know what we can draw, though. Mavinda would be awesome. Show of Confidence. Okay. So we'll deal some damage. Drop you to 4. Wish me luck. Sagiri Shelter on this one can be lethal. Defiant Strike into Shelter can be lethal. Guiding Voice into another spell can be lethal. They cast Cultivate. All right, draw a spell. They probably have an Eliminate or a Heartless Act, but draw a spell and it's probably enough. You've got to be kidding me. All right. We die now. What a slow roll. Yeah, you got it. Go to 1. Okay, so if they ultimatum and pick a Verdict, we lose everything. But if I make a 1/1, I can draw Sagiri Shelter and possibly cheese a win. Yep, here we go. You've got 1 life. What are you going to do? All right, come on, Shelter. Let's go. Shelter off the top, baby. Onyx and Vorinclex and Curaves the Sea God. So what does this do? This makes the 8/8. This can make me sacrifice the Scribe. If I put this away and the opponent gets the Vorinclex, they might sit back with the Vorinclex, then I make a 1/1, but they might forget about the castle. If they forget about the castle, I get them. No, I don't. I don't because they make an 8/8. So if I put this back and they do this, do I lose? They have to minus it, right? Let's see. Each opponent may discard a card. If they don't, they lose 3. So if I lose 3 and then lose another... So if I discard 2 cards... All right. I think it's this. Because I think they actually have to minus the Liliana. I don't think it's lethal. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's true. I think they have to minus the Liliana or they die to the castle. But the ultimate might be so tempting that they do it anyway. Oh yeah, they can attack me with the Vorinclex. Okay. We can block it once. We can discard 2 cards. Let's see what we end up at here. If it's below 6, we lose.
Let me demonstrate what a real master of necromancy looks like.
It's 5. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. I did not enjoy this. I did not enjoy this game. You get no you pre-GG like a trash fire. Oh well. It's my fault. I forgot that Vorinclex would also attack. Ugh, it's so slow and it's on the draw. Oh no, no creatures. And we try it, and we lose. I think that's it. I mean, what does a game look like here where I win? I just draw into good cards after casting the Defiant Strike. Like, there are a lot of non-games when you play a Feather style deck. It just, nothing happens. You play a few lands and you die because your hands weren't acceptable. It happens. More people who don't know how to do anything other than cast a Luminarch Aspirant on turn 2. Nice. I think we take the risk. We could hold this and try to stop a Bone Crusher Giant, but I think we just have to risk it. We could always draw another creature even if this dies. But we just can't go another turn without a board presence. Yeah, that's probably GG, but we'll see one more draw step. Yep. Ugh. Alright, we're gonna try the Light of Hope version. A lot of hands have been good, but I don't draw enough spells, and I draw too many creatures, which probably shouldn't happen, but you know the Shuffler. Shuffler is not fine. Alright, on the play. This hand is great. This hand is great. This is a good bounce back. It's coming right here. A good bounce back hand. A little tempting, though, to play the Speaker. Nah. Aggression. Aggression. Lumamancer and Speaker aren't exactly a team. You always kind of want one and not the other, but you just want one. Because they both require a lot of your attention. Another Lumamancer. Okay. Think we do this then. Kind of tempting to get the Spirit down, but I think double Lumamancer is so much pressure we have to go for it. Hollow Blade. Solid. Now, how do we get this big enough to attack through the Hollow Blade? I'm trying to think of the cards in my sideboard. So these go up to 2 3s. The Defiant Strike can take it to the limit, but I think we want to get the Spirit down. So we need another card to play next turn. So I think we get Expanded Anatomy. The good thing about expanded... The other thing we can do is get Probation and just turn off the Hollow Blade. That's pretty good too, but Expanded Anatomy's bonus is permanent. I just have this bad feeling that they're going to take out the Speaker anyway. Okay, we'll probate him. We'll give him Probation next turn and attack for 1 billion. It's going to be fun. Playing the Haven early might mean they miss land. Or they just have multiple colorless and don't get to Apparition. Or they have it anyway. Arena's like that sometimes, we'll see. Okay. They don't have the land. Oh, baby. Light of Hope. Sits up in chair. Checks situation. You can't block. The Defiant Strike, if it draws me a land, we can Light of Hope into an Angel, so we'll get into the red zone and then figure it out. Yep, if we top deck an untapped land, Light of Hope, game 4 is an Angel. Because we get 3 from the Defiant Strike. No blocks. That's a lot of damage. And a Spirit. That's the land. Are you kidding me? How did we do it? Down to 6. Gain 4. Okay, the Light of Hopes are feeling nice. Maybe I'm supposed to Defiant Strike before I even attacked, but then the opponent could have blocked with Dog, sacrificed it, and I don't gain the life. So if they had seen that, I wouldn't get an Angel. But I guess then they would be dead to the Lumomancers, or at least really close to dead, because that would be another 4 damage. Anyway, I think we're all right. Our opponent found the land a turn late. Being on the play is awesome. Okay, opponent wants to play it out. Let's buff the Lumomancers and see what we draw. They're acting as if they have something. All right, now they're going to scoop. And we are back with the post-game wrap. And I think that this deck could use some tuning. There are probably a few different cards I could be running. I have no removal in the deck, but I don't think it has enough creatures for a Chimera Takedown. Maybe it's worth it to run a Skyclave Apparition or two, or a Giant Killer, something of that nature. But the deck needs a little bit of tuning. It's missing something. It's definitely capable of winning several games in a row when you're drawing well, and it's capable of losing several games in a row when you mulligan, don't draw well, die. It's just part of the territory. It's part of that aggro dynamic that I've never felt comfortable with as a deck builder and a player. It's not the way I like to play Magic, but the power level is there, and you certainly witnessed it in a few games. This deck is powerful, and I think that with some tuning it can be a serious contender in the format, and it's a really sweet budget option to help you grind out Mythic without investing too much into the new set or new cards, because it has a lot of uncommons and even a couple commons lurking in there. So I highly recommend you play it and try it out. Thank you for watching this video. As always, I will see you in the next video. You're cool.